Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. I just want to do a video today to really show you guys what Leela's reactivity used to look like and and how she is now. So I realized that on this channel a lot of the videos are of her, running, playing, being a really good girl, but you guys haven't really seen any of that bad behavior that I used to struggle with, that a lot of people are struggling with. So I have some clips here from about 2 years ago where I really used to struggle with her reactivity, and I think that'll really show you guys a lot. So I'm going to talk about the behavior that she was displaying, as well as her body language. So you'll be able to see a huge difference in her body language from just a couple years ago in the heel versus now. We're going to talk about the ears, the tail, her body overall, how she carries her body, and the fact that I didn't realize these things back then, and now if I see them, they're just so clear. So I hope this video will really help you guys understand the body language of your dog, to understand when it's more likely to react versus not react. So you'll really be able to see her before versus her after in her body language. I hope you guys enjoy this video. All right, guys, so let's jump right into it. So here's a before clip, just one of them for now. So if you guys can look, first of all, look how far ahead she is. So this is even her shoulders are, way ahead of me. It's pretty much like her mid part of her body is ahead. So number one, she's way ahead. Number two, like look at my hand, see, like I'm trying to, it was really uncomfortable. I was trying to sort of maintain control, but yet I had no control. Okay, so you can see here, she's ahead of me. Look at her ears, guys. Do you see how upright her ears are? And I don't know if you noticed, but she's bumping into me. The reason she's bumping into me is because that's her way of, in her mind, being in the quote heel position, but not having to pay attention. So if she feels me, she can mentally check out. Yeah, so she can mentally check out. So see how up ahead. So if anyone, isn't really into dog training and they see this, the reaction is, oh, this dog is walking in, a really good heel position. But at the flick of an eye, she'll just get distracted. So here I am back in the day. I'm trying to work on turns, walking into her, which is good. But right away, you see she just gets ahead of me. And let's keep in mind, like, she should be at this point well trained. I was working with a trainer at that time, but um, again, that trainer just kind of led me the wrong way. But you can see she was just very distracted and not paying attention to me. So here we are just down the street again. So same thing, she's maintaining that quote heel, but she's just way up ahead. You can see that her body language is much stiffer. She didn't really have too much reactivity to people back then, but very, very aroused. So guys, just see how up ahead she is. She's looking backwards. She's looking everywhere. Her ears are up. Her tail's up. You can see she's mentally all over the place. And here, guys, I'm gonna pause. No. So that was her reaction, guys. If she wasn't on leash, she would have probably went after that dog. So here we are, guys. I'm at the park with her now. And you can see she's still ahead, very aroused. You can see she's really twitchy. Do you guys see that? At that time, she was still very afraid of bikes. So I just want you to see how concerned she is with that bike that just went by. And you guys are going to see she's actually going to have a little reaction in a second to a bike that passes us. But you can see she is just, it's not even, she's a mix of nervous / aroused. Her tail's not tucked. She's not fearful, but at the same time, she's not comfortable. So you guys are just going to see a bike is going to come by and watch what she does. And see, she keeps looking backwards. She's very concerned about this bike coming up to us. She keeps checking. She keeps checking. There we go. she had a reaction to it. And that was just purely, you know, she's not trying to chase the bike, she's trying to get away from it. She's uncomfortable with the bike. So here we are, I'm just coming back. So you can see, same thing. She's just all over the place. It's really uncomfortable to walk. She's bumping into my leg. It was really stressful. I can't tell you guys how many times I like broke down and cried because, you know, I seeked out trainer help and nobody was able to help me. Or the trainers that said, oh, she was good with us. You know, there was no proper handover helping me. Everything you saw online was just, oh, correct your dog for staring before the reaction. That's not the whole story, and that in itself doesn't work. You can see that kind of creates her twitchiness. You know, she heard the word no and she, you know, it created that reaction. So I've learned so much, you know, in the past couple years, and I hope that, you know, this video helps you understand why, you know, a good heel position is so important and state of mind. You know, because just, you know, throwing a correction and saying no, you can see it does not work, and in many cases it makes it worse. So here's some after, guys. So here's a video. You can see she's behind my leg. You can see she's looking up at me. You can see her ears are in a relaxed state. There's no wrinkle between her forehead. We're walking through a really construction-y area, and you can see she's not concerned about it. So here you guys can see, even from behind. Look at the attention she's paying to us. Her ears are back. Her tail is relaxed. It's a different dog. Here, same thing. You can see us walking. Do you see how much more relaxed she is? Position is super important. Now, the reason I yesed her was because there was a bike going by, so this is how I got over the fear. You see the bike? Every time the bike passes, I said yes, and I gave her a reward. So that's counter conditioning. You'll never be able to take the fear out. In order to get over fears like that, you know, don't let them lunge with a no and then counter condition. So the first thing I wanted you guys to see is her position. Do you see how she's much further back in position? And then if I stop, she'll sit. So she can actually see where I am now in terms of the body position versus in the previous clips, you guys saw that she was way up ahead. So anything that I did, she wouldn't have seen. So do you guys see as soon as I stop, she goes into a sit. So that's obviously been trained, but in the previous clips, she wouldn't have been able to do that. And if she did do it, it would be like a backup thing because she just wasn't paying attention. Heel. So something I want you guys to pay attention to is just her overall body. Do you see how it's relaxed? Her back is kind of just moving, swaying. Whereas in the previous clips, she was very stiff. Her bum was stiff, her tail was stiff, everything was stiff. There's just a car coming, guys, so I'm just gonna pause for a second. Sit. Good. So she was just looking at the car, and the second she looked away, I gave her a treat. She's not reactive to cars, but always just trying to reinforce, you know, whatever good behaviors you have. Good girl. It's so windy today. Good girl. Good. So I just want you guys to look overall. Do you see her ears? They're a little bit back. They're kind of just moving around listening. but her forehead is like very smooth. There's no wrinkles in her forehead. So that just tells you that her state of mind is calm, neutral. In the previous clips, you would see her ears were very perked up. She was very aroused. There was like wrinkles between her forehead. She was very, you know, she was focusing on stuff. Whereas now, you know, she's just even laying down by herself, pretty relaxed. So I'll just continue with the heel. Heel, good. So same thing, guys. So do you see how her ears are kind of back? She is behind my leg. If you look at her tail, it's a bit up. It's not as neutral as it could be, but it's not also straight up. Whereas in the previous clips, you would have seen her tail was straight up, whereas now it's kind of, you see it's kind of neutral. And she's almost so alert, she's kind of stopping before. So that's the body language. So in this heel, or in this follow state of mind, she's less likely to react. Not that she would never react, but I'd be able to catch it quicker, heel, because it will take longer for her to get to that state of mind. Versus in the previous clips, I already was walking with a very aroused state of mind. So for her to just, you know, go to that next level of reactivity is much quicker, versus she's pretty calm now. So it takes longer and I can catch it before it gets to that point. Heel. So when you're walking your dogs, you want to look for a calm state of mind when you're walking. Biggest thing is, you know, use some of the tips to keep the dog behind your leg. One of the tips I mentioned is just put your heel out. See, she just bumped into my heel. It doesn't hurt her, it's gentle. She's just understanding the boundary. Heel. I'll do some other leash walking videos, but these are some of the things I did. Also, if you have a prong, you know, if they get ahead, you just want to give a little pop with the prong when they get ahead of your leg. Another thing is when you're walking and you come to a stop, make sure you make your dog sit. Sit. You can just pull up slightly on the prong or whatever collar you're using. Heel. And it just makes them pay attention. So when you're walking and they get ahead of you, you just have to make sure you have your clear boundary of where you want them. So I don't want her head. So if I look down, I don't want to see her head. I just want to see maybe the tip of her nose at most. Anything more than that is too forward. So you want to make sure that you just, whatever your boundary is, some people want their dogs further behind, some people want the shoulder to your leg, whatever you're comfortable with, but really my recommendation is that you don't want the tip of the nose ahead of your leg, because then they're not able to pay attention to you as well. Especially if you have a reactive dog. If you don't have a reactive dog, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, you could have them like this, and as long as they're not pulling you, it's fine. But if you have a reactive dog, it's always best for them to be a bit behind your leg, because that puts them more into the follower state of mind, and they're forced to pay attention to you, because if they get ahead, they're going to get a correction. So they have to pay attention. But if they're ahead, they can't watch you. So dogs can only kind of focus on one thing at a time. So when you put them in a follower state of mind, and you expect them to listen, they don't have 100% of their brain to scan, react. Because they're, you know, 50-50 focused on you, their reactions get a bit better. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I really wanted you guys to see the difference before and after, the things I did wrong, why she was reactive, her, you know, her body language, and the body language now. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. It means a lot to me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!